Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Dylan Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what I wanted to do is I wanted to take a couple minutes and just discuss Alabama football. What the fuck is going on there? And the reason why I say that is because over the past decade, hell, 20 years, Alabama has always been at least somewhat of a top 10, top 5 team every single year. Especially when Nick Saban's been there. They've always been good. And then here recently, within this year, it seems like Nick Saban, he's on a path where he doesn't know what the hell he's doing at quarterback. That's number one. The defense does not look like an Alabama or look like a Nick Saban defense, and they are struggling against USF. No, I didn't do a typo there and say USC by accident. No, I mean USF, University of Southern Florida, and they won that game 17-3. Come on now. So what I'm gonna do in this video is I'm gonna kind of do a breakdown of what exactly is going wrong, what needs to change, and can Alabama fix this before it's too late. But without further ado, if you're going to enjoy, as always, drop a like. And without further ado, let's get into it. Now let's start off with this. When you think of Alabama, you think of a top 5 program going out there beating the snot out of every single team not in their conference. On their schedule, they had USF, a non-conference schedule opponent in the American Conference, and usually these kind of teams, they would bring them to the Alabama. This time they actually went to USF. Even though Alabama was on the road, opening up the score, Vegas had Alabama favored to win this game by 35 points. And Alabama is not the only kind of team that gets those kind of favorite odds. Georgia gets them, Ohio State gets them. Right now with the teams that are doing good, Florida State, Texas, all these top dog teams, they're going to get favored by like 20, 30, 40, 50 points. And when you look at the score, realistically, it could have been 10-3 final score. Alabama at that point, at the end of the game, they could have just taken 3 knees and ended it. But for some reason, they just kept on running the ball, trying to basically milk the clock, and they eventually ended, the running back just took it straight to the end zone. Now, when it comes to the score of being 10 or being 17-3, if this was a final score of them winning against maybe say like a Georgia or an Ohio State or a Michigan or like I said, Texas or Florida State, USC, and any of those teams, I would say your defense played good. Your offense, they struggled a little bit, but because they were going up against another top team, the other top team probably had a good defense. They slowed you down a little bit, but you still got the job done. But when you're going up against a non-Power 5 school, what the fuck are you doing, Saban? Now, when you look at Alabama's schedule so far, they played Middle Tennessee State, I believe, and they won 56-7. Good start. They had Jalen Milroe as a quarterback in there. Their next game, they had to go up against Texas. They basically got their asses kicked there. Do I think they could have won that game? They could have, but their defense played like shit. Their offense didn't really care until like the late third, fourth quarter, and by then it was pretty much too late. And generally with a team like Alabama, you would think, okay, you just got embarrassed at home against Texas. You're going up against USF. This is your chance to go out there and just take your anger out, beat up on a bad team. What did they do? The opposite. Because now Alabama is going to be going forward with a schedule of, they have Ole Miss coming into town, then they have to go to Mississippi State and to Texas A&M. It's going to be a tough 3-game stretch here. Now, going over this USF game, what pretty much went fucking wrong? Obviously, the defense played good. They only allowed 3 points. But that, again, like I said, you're a top program. You should have a really good defense, only allowing 3 points to a bad program. But when it comes to your offense, from the way it seems, did Jalen Milroe, the quarterback, get benched? Because I noticed it whenever I was watching the game, and I was like, where the hell is he? And they didn't really ever say anything. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But, I mean, I'm looking at the stat line here. You have 2 quarterbacks that played for that game. Ty Timpson and Tyler Buchner, I think is how you pronounce his name. Like, now it almost seems like Nick Saban is in the middle of a quarterback battle where he doesn't know if Jalen Milroe is the guy. You have Ty Simpson coming in, who could be the starter. He looked okay. And Tyler Buchner, he also, same thing, they just looked okay. I want to go over the 2 quarterbacks really quickly, kind of going over their, not really their stats, but like what their potential is. You have Tyler Buchner, I think I'm going to say Buchner, I think is how you pronounce the name. He came from, I believe, Notre Dame. He was a transfer into Alabama. He was with Notre Dame, didn't really cut out last year, ended up coming over to Alabama to try and get a new career started there. Currently, he's a redshirt sophomore. He was a 3-star recruit, kind of 4-star. Didn't really show a lot from the comparison of what they're showing on 247 Sports. He's being compared to Sam Darnold. Not really the comparison you want. But, I mean, he's got some, I mean, like, looking at his intangibles, mobility, arm strength. Everything in here is, like, from a 7 out of 10 and up to, like, a 9. So, like, he's got some promise. And then looking at the other quarterback, Ty Simpson, he has been with Alabama. He was a 5-star prospect, 98 prospect, the 4th best quarterback in his class. So he was a guy that Alabama was extremely excited to get. Looking at his comparison, Matt Corral, again, not the comparison you want. He's currently a redshirt freshman, so he's going to be with the team for probably like another year or two. But just overall, looking at this Alabama team with these quarterbacks, I don't really know if Nick Saban really wants to be having a quarterback battle coming into week 4 of the college football season. And it's just kind of hard to believe that Nick Saban, with how many quarterbacks he's gone through in his time, of how many national championships has he won? 6, 7 titles? 6 titles, I had to look it up. The guy has won with how many different types of quarterbacks, or at least made it with how many different types of quarterbacks. He's had AJ McCarron. He's had the elite guys like the Jalen Hurts coming in. He had Tua Tagovailoa, Mac Jones, Bryce Young. He's had all these different, Blake Sims. He's had different, I would say, different styles of quarterbacks coming in and out of this organization. And he's been able to win with almost all of them. It's just now kind of hard to believe that we're looking at this Nick Saban team and we're saying, is this more on Nick Saban, or is this just these quarterbacks are just not it? You can leave your opinion in the comment of what you think. That's going to be my question for any of you watching. Is this a Nick Saban problem with developing the quarterback, or is this the quarterback's problems? Like, they are just not doing what they need to do. Now, obviously, am I going to doubt Nick Saban and think that they're just done? I'm going to say it's a 50-50 chance. There's a shot Nick Saban could be coming to an end of his career as being like the elite top guy, top of the mountain coach. Kirby Smart looks like he's taking that mountain. Nick Saban, if he's going to take it back, he's going to need to pull off something epic this year. But one thing I've learned about doubting the greats, you just don't do it, because they're always going to come back and whoop your ass when you doubt them. But other than that, that's all I got to discuss for today's video. As always, with all the videos that I do post here, if you went on to enjoy, make sure you do drop a like. If you went on to disagree or agree with anything I did say here in today's video, and you want to go and drop your opinions down in the comment section down below, be more than welcome to do so. If you're enjoying the content that I'm posting here on the channel and you're a fan of just everything that I'm posting here, and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so, and don't forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified every single time I do post. But without further ado, this has been Dylan Talk Sports. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.